Joined now by Craig Button. Craig, first we got to know, what's your initial reaction to this blockbuster trade?
Well, when you hear that Quinn Hughes could go there or he could go over there, and this team is interested and that team is interested, who had the Minnesota Wild on their bingo card? But here's the key here. When the Vancouver Canucks have no restrictions as to where they can trade them, and a superstar player is on the market, everybody should be interested. And certainly the Vancouver Canucks canvass the league, understand who may have greater interest, who's willing to pay a price, and certainly you don't think the Minnesota Wild are in it, but Bill Guerin shows again that if a great player is out there, and that's exactly what Quinn Hughes is, he's going to be in. So certainly, maybe surprising that he went to Minnesota, not surprising that Quinn Hughes moved.
Take us through the return for Vancouver. What kind of players are the Canucks getting back?
I think the Vancouver Canucks made a fantastic trade. Number one, they get 3 players that are going to come in and play right on their team right now. So let's start with Marco Rossi, the most experienced player, a real gifted offensive player. You got Elias Pettersson, who's a real good center. Now he's got backup. You got skill in Marco Rossi. He can produce points, really good power play producer. And now what you got is somebody that can give you offense deeper in your lineup. Real good playmaker, sets up players. A guy like blockbuster will love playing with Marco Rossi. Then you go to Zeev Buium. Zeev Buium, back in the draft, I thought arguably he was the best defenseman in that draft. 6 went in the top 12. He was the 12th pick. All Zeev Buium does is win. He won a U18 gold. He won 2 World Junior golds. He won a national championship at Denver. He was part of the World Championship USA team this past spring at the World Championships. Elite skater. Oh yeah, you got a guy like Quinn Hughes. He's elite, Zeev. He can make plays. He's got a real certainty to his game. He's not as offensive dynamic as Quinn Hughes, but a real good player. A top pair defenseman all the way through. Young, just finding his way. I think that he's going to be terrific in the National Hockey League. Liam Öhgren, he's been captain of his age group in Sweden, a player that plays hard. A lot of robust nature to his game. Physical, hard, to the net, and a real strong leader. All 3 of these guys are going to play on their team. Oh, and they get a first-round draft pick from the Minnesota Wild. That gives them 2 first-round draft picks, maybe more maneuvering to get more picks. But when you add 3 players, one in Rossi that's going to play right away and contribute, Buium who's ready to contribute, Öhgren who'll contribute in his own way, but with growth ahead of them, I think it's just simply fantastic what the Vancouver Canucks were able to do in a trade where it seemed that maybe they might not get as much value as others would have thought.
All right, sounds like a good haul for Vancouver, Craig, but it's time for your verdict. Who won the trade?
It's hard to say that the Minnesota Wild getting a superstar defenseman in Quinn Hughes didn't win significantly, because they win for now. But the Vancouver Canucks, who are staring into the abyss, looking at a scenario with Quinn Hughes, how do we maximize the value of the superstar defenseman? Listen, Minnesota Wild, they're going for it. They're trying to max out their team to try to compete for a Stanley Cup. The Vancouver Canucks are in a rebuild. So you have to give real good kudos to Bill Guerin for being bold. But the Vancouver Canucks, considering the situation they were in, a top player in Quinn Hughes, their captain, they made an unbelievable trade here to get these 3 players in a first-round pick. I would suggest that not only can they remain competitive this year and try to build on what they're doing this year, which hasn't been great, but the future looks incredibly positive for the Vancouver Canucks.
Well, Hughes is set to become an unrestricted free agent following the 2026-27 season.